so powerful that nothing could stop you.
What is going on, guys? So it's been a few days since I've checked in with you guys, and I'm sure in the voiceovers I've gone over what the hell has been going on, but it has not been a fun week that I've had, and now that it's over, it's time to be on track, and we're doing that right now because a few bad days can set you back, but it's nothing you can't come back from. I'm a master at coming back from them at this point, so it's time to continue and get better. So yeah, no excuses. Let's get this, getting some tingles. Let's get out another leg session so we can hit some upper body tomorrow, keep the training going, and keep growing. We gotta weigh in soon, so we got work to do. Alright guys, what's going on? RZ Fitness checking in. I never used my name really, but it's Raphael and maybe I should. But anyways, this is just going to be a chill update about how I'm feeling on this bulk, where my progress is after 5 weeks, and just my thoughts on how my digestion, weight gain, muscle gain, and strength gain is going. At this point, if you guys aren't really familiar with who I am, this is 10 plus years of lifting, trying to get bigger. I started at around 133 pounds. And now I'm at about almost 210, you know, 10 years later. And I might have to finish the my journey and transformation videos where I talk about my first cycle and talk about my first 500 MIGs and everything like that. And I kind of left it off before my pre-contest. So I did just make a greatest YouTube trolls video. So if you guys want me to talk about my contest history and then get into what I was doing, both on the enhanced side and training and everything, I can do that. Just leave comments and shoot me DMs, whatever guys. Ask me anything you want. Fucking tell me anything you want, I really don't care. But you're gonna see a basic leg and back training session. My training is getting better. My right knee stopped hurting after I stopped cueing knees out so much. Sorry, Puff. And my right shoulder is better from benching, so the pull-ups aren't bothering me and I'm flying in the pull-ups. So let's talk about when I started this bulk. I think I started this bulk very, very early November, like the second week. Well, it's not that early, week and a half into November. So we're at the end of week 5. You guys are watching this on Saturday or Sunday, the weekend. So come Monday, we're hitting week 6. And by the end of week 6, I need to have a 210 morning weigh-in. And that's just the bottom line. This bulk I want to take to about 18 weeks max. And my goal is to be 220 in the morning. So I don't know what it's going to take diet-wise, but I'm definitely going to order a food scale and do a full day of eating and track my food on a bigger day of eating, because I'm thinking it's 5,000 calories plus. I feel like I'm fluctuating between like a 4,500 calorie day, then a 3,500 calorie day, then a 45, then 4,000, something like that. But if I want to get to 220, I have to eat 5,000 calories a day. There's no question about that. And what I'm going to do is start, like I said, tracking some days, getting the scale in so you guys can see what it takes. I've been basically eating 6 clean meals a day, but at each clean meal I'm having a Pop-Tart or a muffin or some fruit or extra fat. So the calories are coming in, and at least every other day I'm eating somewhere out, like a big burrito or burger and fries for one of my meals. So at this point my body is just pooping a lot and not gaining a lot of weight. I will hold water and hold some fat if I successfully eat a lot for a few days. But yesterday I got a little bit of a stomach ache, pooped a lot, whatever. I woke up today lighter, and when I did that posing video, I was like peeled, or at least my stomach was. I still have some water back here, but it's just so hard for me to put on appreciable amounts of mass with how much I'm training, my size, my age, and my genetics. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, it's, you know, I'm cutting and I'm eating 100 carbs or 125 or whatever you guys are doing, but keep in mind you guys might be, you know, 180, 5'7", and less lean than I am. So add 20 pounds of bone and muscle and a faster metabolism, and it could easily equate to 1,000 calories. It really, really can. So if you guys are struggling on like cutting on like 2,400, I would probably be cutting on 3,400, therefore I'm bulking on like 4,400. So anyways, starting with the bulk, I was around 202 in the morning, and now I'm at around 208. So I'm just gonna call it a 5-pound weight gain because I do not want to overshoot and then have to make up for it. So we put on a clean 5 pounds in 5 weeks. This 5th week, I've been going through a lot of drama with Kayla and just a lot of personal problems with what we're getting set up for the rest of the year. And it has stopped me from progressing. Realistically, it's just completely stopped me from progressing. And I do blame myself somewhat for that, but when one of your passions is troubling you, it makes a big impact in your life. So it's really hard to manage your emotional situation when one of your passions is not doing very well. Like 1 year ago, pretty much to date, when I snapped up my back and herniated my lower vertebrae really badly, I was shocked, man. I was crying some nights when I went to sleep. I'd wake up in pain, have to smoke to reduce the pain, and then wake up crying and stuff. Like, this only happened a few times, but I remember how painful it was to go to bed thinking I can never deadlift again, to go to bed thinking I can't squat again. And a year later, and after a few months of, really thinking about it, I finally got over it. So now I'm perfectly happy not deadlifting and barbell squatting, but it's something I'd like to get back to, like, by the end of this bulk. So maybe when I start cutting or maintaining, I can start bringing in a new stimulus and try to maintain, if not build muscle or build some strength. So in the next voiceover in a few minutes, I'll touch on something different about the bulk, more of how my digestion is and mentally how I'm feeling. So we've put on about 5 pounds, nothing special, but I told you how many calories I'm eating, what my diet looks like. So let's talk a little bit about digestion training and where I'm at mentally in the next one. All right, guys, what is going on? We are coming up to the end of the week. It's Thursday, week 5 of this bulk, and I'm going to talk about a little bit how we're going to extend it to how many weeks. But if you guys are watching this now, you should have seen like a ton of training clips and not much else. So now that it's coming to the end of week 5, Thursday, like I said, we're going to weigh in, and I've got a different scale here that my roommate said I could use because mine is on its way out. So I'm not even sure if it's going to read my weight today, but scale versus scale should be very, very close. We're going to try to weigh in on my old one and then weigh in on my new one. And then I'm going to show you guys what we're having for breakfast and what's going down outside. Should be interesting. So let's weigh in and see where we're at close to the end of week 5. Already went to the bathroom, unloaded. So let's see what the deal is in just sweats. So my old heel is wobbling back and forth because one of the legs is broken, one of the little knobs. So let's see if we're 207 or what. .208.2. So the new scale reads me maybe half a pound heavier, but like I said, the other one was screwed up, so maybe it's reading me accurately. And we're sitting at 208, so we're getting closer to that 210 mark. We definitely gotta hit it by the end of week 6 and keep cruising. With the usual protein with some berries on it, barely. And we're going with the ultimate in pre-workout pumps. I used to think pancake pumps were a thing, English muffins, bagels, but I don't want to get too crazy yet. So we're doing half a toasted chocolate chip muffin. Right this, I'm gonna take you right over there. Can you guys see what's going on? Velcro, do you see? Something special out there. Check in with you guys after this. All right guys, so an hour later, digested, we're ready to go. So let's do this. Holy crap, it's not that cold, but it's so snowy. It's very, very cool, and some epicness. These gloves I got here, first of all, they're awesome. Second of all, you can touch your iPhone with them. So they're pretty sweet. Because iPhones, I think, conduct with electricity or heat from your hands. So these obviously have a conducting fabric, which is pretty sweet. When iPhones came out, whoever thought of that first, or whoever thought about marketing that first to the masses was a freaking genius, but I still don't see them marketed anywhere, to be honest. So, I'm pumped. Let's go hit this pull day. I really want to bench though. So digestion, guys, basically what I'm doing with every meal is definitely getting in some fiber. Spinach with my egg meals, oats have fiber and I'll throw blueberries in there. When I have beef and rice, I'll do like a big couple handfuls of spinach. When I do chicken and rice, I'll do mixed veggies, green veggies, and then I have a colon cleanse that I take once or twice a day. It's just psyllium husk, so it's basically fiber supplement and it's in capsules. You're supposed to take like 8 a day to get a few grams of fiber to help you go to the bathroom. So I'll just pop 2 or 3 I'll pop 2 or 3 pills every meal or two just to get in a couple extra grams of psyllium husk fiber, which is apparently a really good, I would assume, insoluble fiber, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not tracking that. So in order to get to that 220 mark, the biggest challenge for me is digestion. I can physically eat the food and I can withstand being full, but no lie, after my biggest days of eating, when I still try to continue eating, and you guys can comment below if you have this experience, I'll poop 5 to 7 times. And the quality of the stool is mediocre just because so much food's coming in and out. And obviously probably bodybuilders would be like, oh, you're not absorbing your nutrients, this and that. Well guys, when you're force feeding yourself, your body is gonna store fat, super compensate with glycogen, or it will store fat, compensate with glycogen, or you're just gonna have to burn it off as heat. And if you're eating too much and getting a large volume of food, I don't really know much about, how it affects going to the bathroom, but I know you guys can notice after a big cheat meal or after, say you have a ton of veggies because you're cutting, you can always notice what it does to your digestion. So I am hitting my fiber, I'm eating mostly clean food, and I'm eating about 5 ounces or 40 grams of protein per meal. So once I do get this food scale and bring you the full day of eating, sorry about that guys, I lost my train of thought with the phone call that I was getting, but yeah, so digestion, fiber, going to the bathroom, it's a challenge, and that's gonna be my biggest challenge going forward. Like I said, I do wanna hit 220, and as far as how I'm gonna do that, I'm already eating like 500 to 700 grams of carbs per day, so eating more carbs doesn't sound very easy. I'm already probably eating 120 to 150 grams of fat per day, and any more than that is gonna make me go to the bathroom, because when you have a lot of oils and fats in your diet, it comes out of you pretty quick. So honestly guys, give me some suggestions. Those of you who have been overweight, those of you who are tall and a heavy body weight, or those of you who are at my level or beyond, give me some tips about what you guys do for your diet, because this is a bulking update and now I'm asking you guys for some help. Obviously slamming pizza and ice cream and burgers and stuff is easy, but when Kayla was in town and we had donuts and burgers, the entire last day that she was here, I felt like someone was just like grabbing my stomach, like I had that little like hot ache in my obliques, where it's like there's a gas inside you, and if you do that when you're trying to bulk, you will lose a day of eating, if not 2. So bulking is fun, and it can be more fun than cutting calories, but when you're full and you have to keep eating, it doesn't go away. The thing about cutting is after 5 days of being really hungry, you eat a big meal and you're satisfied. With bulking, after 5 days of being full, you wake up on the 6th day and you don't want to eat breakfast, you don't want to look at oats or eggs, even cereal looks terrible. So I think it's a little bit easier to say no to food. It depends on the context, right? But for a bodybuilder, when you're bulking and cutting, when you start your cut, it's so easy to say no to food. You just want to get leaner, you're sick of overeating, and I'm at the point where I'm getting sick of overeating and I'm looking forward to a cut. But like I said, I will not stop until I'm at 220 night weight and hopefully closer to that in the morning, just so you guys can see that maybe at my level in my training experience, unless I blast a ton of gear, whether I bulk or cut, I'm not gonna build or lose much mass. So out of 208 right now, I feel almost as lean as I was at like 203, but I definitely see some softness in my arms and delts. So the fat is on, the water's on, and we just gotta stay at a heavier body weight to chase that muscle and let it get built. Because if you shoot up to 220 in a week, it's not muscle. If you hold 220 for 6 months, you might get some gains. So that's the bulking update, guys. Sorry if it was a little boring, but let me know how I can gain some more weight and what worked for you guys. Peace. Wait, oops. All right, Mr. Nate Figs, camera expert.
All right, so it's balanced this way. I can let it go, and it's not going to move. At least this way, it's not going to move. I'll get to that later. So let's not do that. Now,
the master's about to show me what's up. Yes.
This knob I got it to pretty much stay.
Damn, that's what I gotta do.
Pretty much stays in. One last way you want to balance it, you want to be able to hold it like this, and it should be able to sit like just like that without going
See,
crazy.
that part I get. So this part was super easy, but in order for me to get this to happen, I have to move the camera all the way up on that front thing, right? So let me try to do that. Alright, so this part was super easy, but in order for me